once!
Follow me, Barry.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a Swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself.
You have to excuse me, Barry. I'm looking for coffee thermoses.
What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
Oh, jeez. Did I tell you about that?
When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
Probably.
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week.
There we
and someone's
go.
got Alice.
Do you
and everything's just...
understand what it sounds like
Pay
when you
dirt.
say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong. It's a good story. Could be a bestseller.
Crud, can't open it. They usually have revolver ammo in these first
But when
aid
you
kits.
start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Barry, do you know that all these doors don't work?
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
It's
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
I ask as I walk
Al,
away.
you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
You're such a laugh, Barry. Don't worry, if I can fight shadow demons, I can fight a kidnapper.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Oh. Come on, Barry.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him.
Right.
You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long
I don't think he believes me. What do you guys think?
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al?
Have you been saying that the
We
whole
should go to
day?
the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Oh man, gotta leave
Just
Barry
be
already.
careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again. Achoo!
Bless you.
There we go. Knew I'd find one.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Aha! Coffee by the hot tub. Should probably save my energy for shadow people. On my way to the guy who kidnapped my wife, you know. I'm just a horribly unlucky person. Take a look at this. Oh, I missed one.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Oh. I have a revolver, I didn't even realize.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Whoa. Why did they even let me come over here? Hello? Gotta be coffee around here somewhere.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound
What?
a lot more organized than I ever see.
You guys see that?
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Tell me about it. No sag race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly that. But I'm going to check out the parade. And I'll be one of the
He's out here somewhere. Coffee, coffee, coffee. More Night Springs.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Sorry guys if you wanted to watch that, I don't think I want to see another one. Another page. Whoa. Really late.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Bringing Rose into the story now. That wasn't very safe. Hey, Rose.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
That'll have to wait. I'm reading here.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page." Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me!
Rusty! No time to be tired.
Anybody? Help me! Help! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please help! Back here! I'm back here! Hey! Please! Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
He doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
See if I can look into the future here.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Well, that already happened. These pages are so shiny.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Remind me never to take another vacation here again.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
Well, that's not gonna work.
Rusty!
He's dead.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Hunters need hunting licenses.
I'm sorry, Rusty.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Rusty? Oh no, Max!
Fishing
Is only permitted
for those
visitors.
who purchase a park
Fishing.
license.
Good to know. I don't want to fish though. Looking for Alice?
Obey
The park ranger's instructions.
at all times.
Rusty, what are you
Rusty?
doing?
Rusty, no!
Never
Don't approach closer than 100 yards.
to bears and wolves. Never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
pets must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave your pet.
Pet unattended.
It is
Against the law.
to remove any
Natural objects
or historical artifacts from the park.
grounds.
Okay, Rusty.
This includes even you obey
Lies along the river.
or even simple berries.
Stop running around. Oh, you're still over there. Hi, guys. Well, I guess this is where I go next. Kidnapper's gonna be easy to deal with after this. They're chopping down trees now.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Any thermoses around here? For everything that's happened, there's one goal I cannot forget. And that is collecting coffee thermoses. Can I get up there? do it. Okay. Go. But if I stay on the trail, I might miss thermoses. Don't blame me, it's Alice's fault. I'm hooked on coffee.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
More visitors. Oh, hello. Ow. Reload, 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 reload. At least you guys don't have guns. That would be really difficult to deal with. Can I wear the hat, please? What a place. Never expect me to go this way. A few feet off of the trail.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
Well, that's just because I hate everybody. Except Alice. Because she's scared of the dark and I'm the light bringer. It's a relationship that works, you know? Okay, it's getting dark. Getting a little difficult to see. Let's go back to the trail. Boy, he two-shot me. Ow. Takes an entire clip to kill one of those guys. Officially low on ammo. That's not good at all. I don't have any other weapons. Oh, jeez. Ow. to the light. Let's try. This is not good. I need ammo badly. There we go. Just hold me over for a little while.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo, things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
I haven't seen those markings in a while. You don't like phones, I guess. Thermos! Thermos, thermos, thermos. There's one down there too. Did I already pass by there? No, I couldn't have. Bear alert. Two. That's more than two. It's a big guy too. Ow. Stop throwing things! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. Back off. Ah.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Agent Nightingale. I don't think I know that character. much of this do I have to do without a single bullet?